Today I'm going to be talking about how naturopathic medicine can inform women that are going through menopause and having painful intercourse, so pain during sex. When women go through menopause, so there is a general decrease in the amount of hormones that are produced from the ovaries over time. And so most of the menopausal symptoms, such as hot flashes, mood swings, vaginal dryness, pain with sex, this sort of thing, all stems from a general decrease in hormone exposure over time. So how can naturopathic medicine help? Oftentimes, so obviously the first place to start is checking hormone levels is always a good place to start, either with your primary care practitioner or naturopathic medical doctor. And so getting a baseline of where you're at is always good. Also knowing your symptom picture. So I always ask my menopausal patients, how's your sex life? Does it hurt when you have sex? And so if the answer to those questions is yes, one of the most beneficial therapies is actual vaginal supplementation of a specific type of estrogen to the vaginal tissue that improves all things as far as vaginal dryness, repeated vaginitis. So if you constantly have yeast infections, vaginal itching and dryness, urinary tract infections can even be a chronic part of postmenopausal and menopausal women. So that's all potentially worsened by the decreased estrogen exposure to the vaginal tissues and the urethra. So the urethra is the urinary tract from the bladder out of the body. So sometimes that urethral wall gets a little bit lax, and the same thing with the vaginal wall. So that tissue gets less moist over time and less strength. So the tensile strength gets less. There begins to be cracking in that wall. And literally it's like having dry skin on the inside. So one of the most beneficial treatments is estriol cream. I absolutely recommend that people work with a practitioner in dosing for this. So please don't just go dosing yourself with hormones, because it's a really good idea to see where your baseline levels are. Although vaginal estriol does have very few side effects as far as potential cancer risk, almost zero when applied vaginally. So that is something to note. There's also a realm of naturopathic medicine as far as herbal support in supplementing herbs to help with those hormones as women age. Also a big aspect is liver health. So in menopause, if the liver is not detoxing hormones well, it can worsen symptoms such as hot flashes and such. So I want women to know you do not have to suffer. You absolutely should still have a sex drive in postmenopause and during menopause. And please, if you're having any of those symptoms, there is a way to help. The other part of that, an aspect that is not necessarily naturopathic medicine, although some practitioners do this, but pelvic floor therapy is basically physical therapy for your pelvic floor. So the pelvic floor is made up of, it is the basket that holds in all of the organs, the sexual organs in the pelvis. So, and bladder, and kidneys and all of this, and intestines. So what happens over time, especially if women have had vaginal births, the pelvic floor muscles can be turned on or off or become hypertonic, so they can clench up and create basically muscle tension that can affect how the urethra or the bladder functions, as well as how the vaginal vaults can function as far as sexual encounters or even going to the bathroom. So pelvic floor therapy, vaginal estrogen, and supportive care with herbs are the three main things if you're suffering with any of those symptoms to look into, because we can help. and you don't have to suffer. Thanks so much for watching today and spending your time with us. Again, my name is Jackie Schrempp. I'm a licensed naturopathic doctor and licensed acupuncturist here in Idaho. If you would like more information, hit the description button below. Please hit the like if you enjoyed this video, and if you have any future topics that you would like us to cover, put that down below. Also, hit the bell so that YouTube knows that you are liking this content and we can serve more viewers in the future. Thanks so much and have a lovely afternoon.